How I manifested my life in Paris. In order for me to settle in Paris, 3 things had to fall into place at the exact same time. So how did it happen? Hello beautiful people, and welcome back to my channel where we discuss all things wellness, personal growth and spirituality. I'm Cecily, an Australian writer and creator based in Paris. In today's video, we're finally touching on the more spiritual side of my channel and talking about manifestation, or more specifically, how I manifested my life here in Paris. That is, all the synchronicities that led to me making Paris my home, and how the universe really takes care of the details when we just relax and release resistance about the things that we desire. What is manifestation and the law of attraction? If you're new to the concept of manifestation and the law of attraction, I'll make a more in-depth video about it soon. But basically the idea is that we are the creators of our experience, either consciously or unconsciously. Back when I moved to Paris, I was an unconscious creator. I pushed my way through university because I thought it was the right thing to do. And as soon as I finished, I went on a whirlwind 3-month trip around Europe with my best friends before settling in Paris. Now, when we talk about how to manifest your desires, the main recommendation is to raise your vibration to the level of that which you desire. But what does that mean? How do you do that? On a basic level, we are all energy, and our vibration moves up and down the scale of consciousness depending on how we are feeling. When we interact with others, we can feel their energy or their vibe. We can communicate a feeling without even speaking. To raise your vibration, your goal should be to seek out joy as often as possible. In your daily activities, this could include exercise, time in nature, playing with your pets, conversing with loved ones, dancing, singing, or any other way you like to express your creativity. My vibration was high at the time that I moved to Paris. I had freed myself from the chains of university. I was living an untethered life of travel. I was slowly weaning myself off my antidepressants, and I was basically following my heart and intuition. I was hesitating between London and Paris and finally chose to settle in Paris as it was a greater challenge because of the language. And due to the fact that I'd studied French all through school, it seemed like a good idea to make use of it. So how did everything align in order to make my move to Paris possible? 3 things had to happen in order to make my move stick. I needed to find a job, an apartment, and get a bank account. Unfortunately, it was a catch-22 because to get an apartment, I needed a job and a bank account. To get a job, I needed an address and a bank account. And to get a bank account, I needed an address and a job because they asked for a copy of my employment contract. This is where the universe stepped in to work her magic. I used my Airbnb address to sign on as a part-time employee at a British pub. They paid me via check, so I didn't need to give them my bank details straight away. I somehow managed, after being rejected from other bank branches, to meet a lovely bank manager who was willing to create an account for me, even though I was missing some documents. Meanwhile, on the same day, I found a tiny apartment on Craigslist, which was being rented out by a British expat. I went to sign my lease and then took a copy back to the bank along with my work contract. So that's how I ended up in my 6th floor walk-up chambre de bonne in République, working at a pub in Trocadero, which only lasted about 3 weeks because I managed to secure an office job in the south of Paris. Often we don't realize how big a role the universe plays in our lives. There was a point about a month into my stay in Paris where I thought that I was never going to find a job and settle in here. I decided to visit all the landmarks and make the most of my time here until I would inevitably have to head home to Australia. I remember speaking to my sister on the phone who encouraged me to keep trying, and eventually things did fall into place. As they say, when it rains, it pours. Once I released resistance and anxiety about finding a job here and started working at the pub, I received another job offer which was better suited to me. And I will forever respect bartenders and waiters because their work is really hard. The universe is constantly lining up opportunities for you which are the next logical step, and it is up to you to seize each one. Take the inspired action when an opportunity arises. I could make a long list of synchronicities that had to happen in order for me to meet some of my closest friends here, or times I have run into people I know in the street or at the gym or in the metro, but we would be here all day. The main thing to remember is that there is no such thing as a coincidence. The universe is always working in your favor to arrange chance meetings with people who are vibrating at the same frequency. Have you ever noticed that you run into the same people over and over, often in the same location? So if you're struggling with a goal that you're working towards, stop worrying about the how. Just start taking the first steps today and trust that the path will unfold to you as you progress. If you're considering moving to Paris, try not to overthink it. Things have a way of working out in the end, even if it looks a little different to how you'd imagined it. That wraps up today's video. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know in the comments, what have you manifested into your life consciously or unconsciously? If you enjoyed this video, I'd love you to hit the like button and be sure to subscribe. Stay tuned for my next video where I share my favorite methods for manifesting my desires. With that, I hope you have an amazing day and I will see you in the next one. Bye!